An unprecedented race. Governments and corporations have pumped billions of dollars into finding a vaccine that can stop the coronavirus and allow public life and the global economy to be resuscitated. There are now hopeful signs that a supply will be secured by the end of the year, but there are also concerns about demand. A recent survey in France found that almost 1 in 3 people are not sure or would refuse to take any future coronavirus vaccine. Similar results were found in the UK and Germany. And it seems the longer the pandemic continues, the more skeptical people are becoming.
We need time to make a vaccine. It can't suddenly be made in 6 months.
I think it's a bit political. The whole thing is made up to sell masks, sell hand sanitizers and other products.
With big pharmaceutical labs, there's a worry that economic concerns will be more important than health ones.
The anti-vax movement is often dismissed as the realm of conspiracy theorists or New Age parents, but the rise in vaccine hesitancy suggests that those fears are more widespread. France has the lowest level of vaccine confidence in the world. Western Europe is the most distrustful of any region. Experts say that authorities must do a better job of engaging with those concerns, especially in the most vulnerable communities.
A vaccine's success depends on how many people take it. Early studies estimate around 70% of the population needs to be inoculated to achieve herd immunity against COVID-19. If too many people opt out, infections will continue, but the consequences will likely be shared less equally.
Provinces who are quote-unquote clean, they created a bubble with other states who are clean, and commerce and trade and everything started to resume. If this were to continue, that means there's going to be bubbles of countries that are starting commerce and trade and improve their economy, while other countries who couldn't get their act right to build the confidence of their communities to actually do a good uptake of these vaccines, they're going to be the one that's still closed. And this is going to widen the disparity.
Although opposition toward immunization is growing, it hasn't yet hardened. Many respondents in the polls say they are just uncertain and could still be swayed by better information. Achieving resistance to the virus may depend on whether we can lower resistance to the vaccine. Miranda Lin, TRT World, Paris.
Well, for more, let's go to Dr. Eric Feigl-Ding in Washington. He's an epidemiologist and health economist and senior fellow at the Federation of American Scientists. Welcome back to the program, Doctor. Now, you and I have discussed that a successful vaccine will really solve this pandemic. We don't know when that is, but if and when we do get one, should it be made compulsory?
Well, I think the vaccine definitely needs a very high uptake. Let's just put it simply as that. And if it's 80 or 90% efficacious vaccine, it will need anywhere from 70, 80, 90% people using it. And so far in many of the polls in some countries, only half the people so far say that they are confident they'll take it. Another 25% are wait and see, and it seems another 25% are a little objecting, which is a little worrisome because, as we mentioned, we need to achieve herd immunity probably like 70, 80%. So we need at least a good 80% people who take the vaccine. So it may have to be compulsory, but people don't like that. And it's much easier if we can just convince people to take it than mandate.
And as we've also discussed in the past, these pharmaceutical companies and universities are really racing through the development of this vaccine, trying to get one tested and on the market as soon as possible. Do you think the fact that it is, relative to other vaccines, a speedier process, will that prevent people from embracing any vaccine that comes out?
Yeah, vaccines usually do take many years. But again, the technology has improved a lot, and obviously the priority for the world has improved a lot. So we are able to do it much faster. And actually, in certain ways, the fact that the pandemic is so bad means we can actually test faster than we would normally otherwise. So in certain ways, just because it's fast does not mean it's riskier. Our technology has advanced a lot, and having runaway epidemics in many places allows us to test the vaccine. So it shouldn't be the cause of concern. As long as we do all phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and we're trying to finish the phase 3s right now in the next coming 3 months, I think we will get good data and we will be able to make a good, safe conclusion.
Now, we know many countries are currently involved in this race, including in China and Russia. Both countries have claimed that they're in late-stage trials for their vaccine candidates. Is there, I guess, a country that's more trustworthy than others when it comes to vaccine development? Should we trust a vaccine that comes out of Russia as much as we do a vaccine that comes out of the US or UK?
No, I think the global collaboration for any vaccine is actually really, really high. For example, China's one vaccine is being tested in the UAE. The Oxford vaccine is being tested in Brazil. And US has their own vaccine currently testing throughout the country and 30,000 people. I don't think it's that. It's really about the data that comes out, because it's really the people who do these trials know are academic scientists, and the national flag of the vaccine should not matter. It only matters for actual eventual distribution who gets it first. But I think in terms of safety, efficacy, and things like that, I think we can expect a successful vaccine from any country.
Okay, Dr. Eric Feigl-Ding in Washington, a pleasure as always. Thank you so much.